confirm that quorum has been met.
Confirmed.
Commissioner Corin, we have proper notice of the meeting. And do we have approval of the previous meeting notes? If you're okay with it, then you just provide your consent.
Yes, I'm okay with that. Okay. Are we good? Okay.
Do we have any old business we need to address?
No, we just have our new business item, so under 6. So this is related to the crossing project. So this is Thompson Thrift's multifamily project. So down by the event center, and they've had plans. It was tied into this, if you recall, really large economic development project agreement with Thompson Thrift for their Union project, which is what's under construction right now. So just south of the yard, which also included their contemplation of doing additional multifamily and apartments on this site. So it's right next to the plaza. It's on the north side of the plaza by the event center. Again, project agreement was approved, I think, last year, but they now anticipate closing on their bonds and moving forward with their project in the next, and closing on the project bonds in August to begin construction immediately thereafter. So they've been going through the approvals from our side, but this is part of the approval of those loan documents related to that project. So Dustin or Jennifer, can you help walk through the additional items that we have here today as well?
Yeah, happy to explain. So commissioners, hi, Dustin Meeks, Barnes and Thornburg. What you have before you this evening is or I guess this afternoon, apologies, is a resolution which approves the issuance of up to $15 million of bonds of the city as part of the overall investment by Thompson Thrift of $70 million in a multifamily project. You are asked to conduct a public hearing and give the public an opportunity to provide comment on the project. And then you also have the opportunity to provide your review and approval of the financing documents that will be considered by the Common Council this evening. So there are 3 documents. One is the bond ordinance, which approves the issuance of the bonds. And then there are 2 documents that are structural to the issuance of the bonds. One is a trust indenture, which is an agreement between the city and a financial institution, which governs the payment of debt service on the bonds using TIF revenues and taxpayer payments. And the second is a financing agreement, which is an agreement between the city and its redevelopment commission and the developer here, Thompson Thrift. And under that agreement, the proceeds of the bonds that the city will issue are loaned to the developer. So ultimately, the developer is on the hook to make sure that debt service on the bonds gets paid. They have a loan obligation, and then they also will have a taxpayer agreement obligation, so sort of double layers of security. Their obligations under those agreements are offset by the tax increment revenue generated by their projects. But you guys get the opportunity to hear the public and then give your approval on that structure. The last document that is in front of you is a report. So based on your review, you make a report to the Common Council, and the report document basically walks through your approval of the bonding structure and approval of the expected impacts of the project. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about any of those before we go into the public hearing.
All right, Dustin, so on the agenda, we did notice of the public hearing was included in, we sent that out, correct? Because we don't have
That's
that on
correct. It
the
was-
agenda for public hearing, but
He sent that out.
okay, but are we
Yeah, it
still
was-
good if, even though it's not on the agenda?
We should be. It was published
Okay.
in the newspaper that you would conduct the public hearing this evening. So.
Okay, perfect. So Maggie, as president, if you want to open the public hearing, we obviously have members of the public here. You can open that up, then you can ask for any questions from them, then you can close that. And then Dustin, do they need to vote independently on these items, or is it just all in one resolution? that encompasses
So
these.
yeah, it's just the one resolution, and the resolution gives approval of the report and the bond ordinance, the indenture, and the loan agreement. So it's just the one approval. Apologies.
If you're ready, we just open the public hearing. And open the public hearing now. Was it public?
Approval of the agenda items today. Resolution.
But that's the one item that's correct, Dustin.
That's correct. Yeah. So just we just need to move and second approval of the
Thank you.
resolution, and then oh, did they? Oh, I apologize. I couldn't hear. So yeah, no, that if we've gone through and approved the resolution, then that is all that I have. Awesome project.
Great. We don't have any other new business, unless Jennifer or Dustin, or Lawrence, anything additional that will need signatures or anything to make it fun. Okay,
I was supposed to try not to get it to me early, so.
great. All right. Any other questions otherwise? Happy to adjourn. All right. Adjourn. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, again.